You learned early that safety meant silence, that showing your true self invited judgment, rejection, or pain. So you built a mask and called it protection. You became an expert at deflecting, at smiling when you're hurting, at saying, "I'm fine," before anyone could ask. But that constant vigilance is exhausting. You scan every room for danger, every tone for threat, every silence for what's being withheld. Your mind never rests, because your safety once depended on it. You believe that if people really knew you, they'd leave. So you keep them at arm's length, not out of coldness, but out of fear, and call it self-reliance. You confuse emotional distance with peace. Believe that if you don't get close, you can't get hurt. But isolation isn't peace. It's loneliness wearing a mask of safety. What if you didn't have to be so guarded? What if you could let your guard down and still be safe? What if safety didn't require silence? You fear that if you open up, you'll be used, that your vulnerability will be turned against you. So you stay closed and call it wisdom. You've been told to just be open, as if trust isn't earned, as if your heart hasn't been broken by those who promised to protect it. You equate softness with weakness, believe that if you're gentle, you'll be taken advantage of. But what if softness is strength you've forgotten how to trust? You've minimized your need for closeness so long you've started to believe you don't need it. But your body remembers what your mind denies. You've been taught that needing someone is weakness. But what if needing is human? What if love isn't a threat, but a home? You've spent so long protecting your heart, you've forgotten how it feels to let it beat freely, to trust, to hope. Your guardedness wasn't wrong. It protected you when no one else would. And now, it can teach you what you truly need to feel safe. Healing starts not with tearing down, but with choosing, with asking, who has earned a key? Who shows up again and again without conditions? You don't have to be open with everyone. You only need to be open with those who have proven, through time and action, that they can hold your truth. Your vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. And every time you choose to share, even a little, you're rebuilding trust, one breath at a time. You are allowed to set boundaries, to say no, to protect your energy. That's not closing off. That's loving yourself enough to stay safe. This isn't about becoming defenseless. It's about becoming free. Free to connect, on your terms. Free to trust when it feels safe. You don't have to stay guarded forever. You don't have to choose between pain and isolation. You can learn to open, slowly, safely, with care. Start by listening to the part of you that still fears connection, to the child who learned to hide. Honor that fear, then gently invite it to feel safe. Your need for connection isn't a flaw, it's a truth. And the fact that you still long for it, after everything, is not weakness, it's hope. Healing isn't about erasing your guard, it's about understanding it, and choosing for the first time when to open and when to protect. You are not broken, you adapted, and now you can evolve, not by becoming someone new, but by returning to the self that was always there. You are worthy of love, not when you're less guarded, not when you're fixed, but right now. Exactly as you are, even behind your mask. If this resonates, you're not alone. For a gentle guide to help you understand your guard, identify safe people, and heal from the inside, explore the link in the description.